We'll just kill a few bees while we're out here. We can always come back and kill some more later. So, for anyone watching, when you first played and you got the support job, whatever job you might have been playing, I know there's only 6 you can pick from in the beginning. What was your first support job? What kind of combinations were you excited to use? What did you like about the support job, and what did you dislike? Tell me in the comments below. I always find the getting support job to be really exciting because it just opens so many possibilities for dual classing, support, increased stats, having abilities from 2 different jobs. It's pretty neat. I'm thinking for Mr. Pierso, we're probably just to get warrior up to level 30, because you have to get one of the original jobs up to level 30 in order to start questing for advanced jobs. I think we'll probably do monk as our support job, so I'll probably end up leveling that up. I'm not sure if I'll do that on camera yet, because that's just going to be a quick and easy... Well, I haven't decided yet. We'll see. But I think we'll do monk. I'll get that up to level 15 at least, and then that'll be good for level 30, because your support job is always divided by 2 from the level of your main job. No drop from the bees. And look, there's another bee. So I believe from what I've read about Sid, he uses Berserk when the party's not in any kind of danger, if I read that correctly. And there we go, we got a Clump of Bee Pollen. We're not getting any experience from those guys, it looks like, but we did get a Clump of Bee Pollen, so we just need 2 more of those to satisfy that one quest, or mission, whatever it is. It's always a good idea when you go out to do something in this game, rather than just focusing on one quest or one thing that you have to get done, it's a good idea to kind of go out with multiple objectives and try to hit as many objectives and tasks as you can. Because, like, for instance, like we went out to level up, we're getting the support job items, now we're trying to slowly get those items for the Rhapsody quest. There's always a few different things that you can be working on while you're out and about. It's such a massive game that you really got to plan your trips. Oh. Huh. Well, would you look at that? That's one of the items that we need for the mission 1-3. If you remember back when they gave us that mission, they said we need to get those fetish pieces from the Quidobs. So I guess we could technically fight them out here and get those. But I would like to show you guys Palboro Mines. So we'll still go there and do the quest proper. There's actually a quicker way to even do this whole support job thing too, from what I've researched on Rhapsodies of vana'diel. But because we are here to... We want to enjoy the game for what it is now, but also relive some of the nostalgia from the old days. We'll just do it proper. Do it the old way. Oh, got another Clump of Bee Pollen. So here we are. Gusgen Mines. And I am just going to quickly put a marker down here. There we go. The Gusgen Mines is a pretty dreary place. It's easy to get overwhelmed in here. You do have undead enemies that will aggro you from ridiculously far away if you get low on health or weakened. So 6 members of the skeleton family, since we're primarily going to be fighting skeletons anyway. We'll go with that. And we've tagged the new book, so now we can book teleport here. I got nothing to say to you. There, Dega. We wish Square Enix had done more with you too. So I don't know if these guys are going to aggro us. Let's find out the hard way. Oh, there we go. All right, let's have some fun. So these are not the ones that we need to be actually fighting for the Magicked Skull, but they are easy prey. We'll get some experience. And you get credit for those pages fighting enemies that give you experience. So even something like these guys where they're not really all that strong. Oh, wow. Shit's getting real. Yeah, Provoke's not ready. We might finish a page before we even advance further into the dungeon. Oh, another skeleton just popped. Nah, this feels like a classic 16-bit era dungeon run. So we only need one more skeleton to complete that page, and we barely even stepped into the dungeon, and we're already level 21. So we're doing quite well for ourselves. It's a little ghost just sitting there looking sad. I talked to it, but it won't let me. What the hell was that? Did it just giggle? Okay, yeah, my old friends were right. This place is creepy. Oh, there's a couple of bogeys down there too. Those things are a pain in the ass out in the dunes. Many a low-level party's been claimed by those. I see they have what looks like a brace or shackle or something around their limbs. I wonder if these guys were prisoners before. Or held in something that was designed to keep them from reanimating and terrorizing a mine like what they're doing now. Oh. Ah, guys, get out of the way, come on. There we go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure these guys can drop the skull as well. With them being stronger, they might even have a slightly higher drop rate. I'm not sure. These guys are already showing up as easy prey now. Just like the skeleton warriors did when we first came in. Well, on the plus side, when we finally do get that skull, at least we'll be walking out of here extremely ripped. And level 28. At least we know when we want to level up other jobs, we'll... Oh, hello. Won't be that hard. Although I do admit, I know I said it earlier, I do kind of miss that challenge, that old grind, that just rewarding feeling when you had to completely work your ass off in order to get that next level, get that next piece of gear, finish that quest. There's so much satisfaction in that. But this is great too for people like myself who I don't have the free time that I used to. So now, and there are other people out there that have even less free time than I do. So they can jump in and enjoy themselves without having to dedicate hours upon hours of time. A cobalt cell. An ascent item employed by soldiers of the Void Watch holds the power to enhance the bearer's spectral alignment. Well, that sounds important. We'll take that. And a platinum ingot. Oh, another player just ran through. Should I be a weirdo and wave? Slash wave? Hi, human player. You're such a rare sight these days. Long grinds like this, where it could take a while to get an item, or back in the old days, take a while to level up. One thing I really enjoyed doing, I just get some tunes going, get a drink, and just enjoy the grind, relax, listen to music, sometimes watch TV as well. If it was a grind I didn't have to pay too much attention to. And oh wow, look at that skill chain that we got with Sid. Yeah, it was something I enjoyed doing. It's a good way to unwind from the stresses of life. Don't know how many ghouls we've killed. I've lost count. Not that I was really counting to begin with. And another one. Wonder what this person's up to. Kenji? Hello, Kenji. You're being filmed right now. Bye, Kenji. Yes! Yes! We got the Magicked Skull. Finally. I shouldn't say finally. I've had worse runs than that. That was pretty damn good. Might as well crack that since we've got a cracked treasure caskets thing going. And look at that, we're already level 28, going on 29. That's insane. Holy shit. I'm gonna go old school FF11 here. And cheer this person on. In loving memory of the old FF11 community. Well, after a hellish experience in the Gusgen Mines, not so much for us, but I'm sure Mr. Pierso's feeling pretty beat. We have all 3 items that we need for the support job quest. We haven't even flagged that quest yet. This guy's gonna think we're a rock star when we get back to Selbina. Oh, and we're killing these guys a lot faster now too, now that we've leveled up. Really like to get that last clump of bee pollen while we're here. Neat little trick here is after you're about to kill a mob, have your switch target cursor on the next mob you want to go to, and then you can pull your weapon out right away. There are times where if you try to select another enemy and the other way, just regular tabbing, it'll sometimes tell you that you have to wait a moment. Not too concerned about defense here. Nice double attack finish. These NPCs here with the chocobo, this big, majestic, beautiful bird, You can actually rent a chocobo to ride, but unfortunately we don't have a chocobo riding license. You have to be level 22 and complete a quest in Juneau in order to get your chocobo license. With some of the mounts they've put in the game now, it's not really a huge deal if you don't have the license, but we'll end up getting it at some point. See, the funny thing is, in old school Final Fantasy XI, by the time you hit level 20, you're usually on your way to Juneau, which we haven't even tried to go to Juneau yet. And it's interesting because we're almost level 30, we're almost ready to start questing for advanced jobs, and we haven't even gone to Juneau yet. That's just how easy it is to advance now. Things have definitely changed over the years. There we go, last clump of bee pollen. This is good. We'll be able to turn in the sub-job quest, and we'll be able to turn in the 3 clumps of bee pollen to the mayor in order to continue the Rhapsody's storyline. And that'll get us one step closer to being able to call additional trusts to our party. My friends, we return victorious. Break out the ale. And all my friends stay outside because you can't summon them in town. All alone. Oh, there's 2 other people here. Okay, so I think first off, let's go chat with the mayor since we flagged that first. And we'll hand in these 3 clumps of bee pollen and see what happens from there. Then we'll go flag the support job quest and immediately finish it. Okay, Abelard, bee pollen, there we go. Oh, you've brought them back safely then. Gilgamesh and his entourage have just arrived back in port. So you're Mr. Pierso, eh? I've heard much about ya. My friend Mr. Pierso gathered these clumps of bee pollen just as you requested. Aye, this be just what we ordered. Now a little tit for tat. Excellent, I think adventurers would have a use for these. So here, Mr. Pierso, for you. Suppose we best get down to business. Mr. Pierso might come as a bit of a surprise to hear this, but I'm a pirate known for roaming the Bastor Sea. What? The oceans to the west have been a bit stormier than usual of late, and my crew and I came across a small vessel adrift upon the tides. So of course I say to myself, who'd have thunk that such a delicate rowboat could stay whole in such a terrible brew? And then the whole thing started flashing red. Being the curious sailor I am, I went and investigated. Lo and behold, there was a pretty young lass lying prone along the deck. I've always had quite the fondness for the color red. Figuring it must be a sign from Altana herself, I took her on board and brought her back with me to Norg. When she came to, the first words from those pale lips of hers were your name. So I want you to come back to Norg with us. She was quite insistent on meeting you. You see, she's gone on a bit of a hunger strike. The ship's docked at port waiting to take you whenever you've got your affairs in order. I just remembered a bit of a pressing engagement I've got to attend to, but I'll catch up with you there. Interesting. Norg is a place that normally was quite difficult to get to for new players, and then you've got this quest where apparently they can just take you straight there. Interesting. I have a request. Don't breathe a word to the populace that I aided a known pirate. Their activities aren't completely on the up and up, but as a port town, we still depend on them. And while we're talking of aid, remember to use that item I gave you. Isashio here in town will know what to do with it. Gilgamesh's introductory letter. This letter of introduction provided by Gilgamesh serves as an unmistakable sign of his faith and trust in you. Present it to Vera and Mora, or Isashio and Selbina, and see if his words carry any weight. So if I remember correctly, that letter actually actually, funny enough, would have gotten us the support job quest finish regardless, without having to get those 3 items. But again, I just wanted to have that nostalgic experience again of actually having to go out and do the work. So, little boy, you want to be an adventurer, do you? Well, you've got a long way to go, I reckon. I, too, once took up arms for honor and country, but it was all in vain. I helped defend the nation. I tasted glory, but behind their smiles, people grew jealous. I lost my family, and my comrades deserted me. Soon I realized that all I did, everything I fought for, was in vain. I left the ranks for good. But of late the beastmen rise and challenge. Again, many may lose dear friends and family to the storms of war. I thought then of preventing such tragedy from happening again. Fortunately, an answer came to me. I decided to teach my survival techniques to brave youths like yourself. If you wish to learn them, you must prove your worthiness to me. You bet. Very well. First, bring me a damselfly worm. I shall wait here. A Gilgamesh's introductory letter would be fine too, if you can find one. We worked hard to get these items, so we'll just give you the items. If it'll let us. Huh. Maybe not. Splendid. Okay, I guess he's just going to take the letter. As I promised, I will now instruct you in a most precious skill. I call it a support job. Listen well to learn its secrets. Support jobs are undertaken anywhere you normally change jobs. You must already be proficient in a job before you can declare it your support job. Furthermore, the effective level of your support job can never exceed half that of your main job. Also, since it is merely a support job, you'll never advance through experience. I shall give an example. Let us say you have attained level 20 as a warrior and level 10 as a white mage. You would obviously declare your main job warrior and your support job white mage. In this example, you fight as a warrior of 20 levels and as a white mage 10 levels lower. Thus, you'd be performing both jobs to their maximum potential. In contrast, if you had declared white mage your main job and warrior support job, things would be different. You would be level 10 white mage and a level 5 warrior. Similarly, you wouldn't want to make your support job something you've never done before. I recommend choose a support job that covers your main job's weaknesses or enhances its strengths. I realize there's much to remember, my pupil. I am ready to go. So we basically didn't need to go get those 3 items, but I'm still glad that we did, because that's what you had to do in the past. And before we make our way back to Bastock, Gilgamesh did say that we could talk to a member of his crew and go to Norg to see this woman who supposedly knows us. We're setting sail for Norg, landlubber. Hopefully you can handle the rough seas. Hoist the sails, mateys, we're off. Absolutely blows my mind that there's an easier way to get to Norg. It was a lot harder to get here in the past. I really did not spend a lot of time in Norg when I used to play, so I really don't know my way around here very well. Let's see what's in here. Go right on in. The boss is waiting for you. Oh, I guess we are going the right way. Did you get bumped about by the waves on your way here, Mr. Pierso? No matter. The boss be waiting inside for you. Alright, let's go find out what this is all about. Oh, there's that lady from that cutscene. Wonder who she is. Oh ho, would you look who's decided to join us. Master! What? I am both humbled and honored to be able to exchange words with you once more. I have followed your instructions to the letter. Months upon years have I toiled, seeking guidance from both man and the heavens, never once letting my training or dedication falter. All this I have done so that we may meet once more. Unworthy, though, your disciple Aurora may be, her words and emotions are true. How do I respond? Who? You got krill in your ears, boy? She's calling you her master. What kind of master runs around forgetting who their pupils are? You mean to say you don't remember her at all? What's all this malarkey? Do not get angry at him. It is only natural that he not remember me. I have wholly lost track of what year this is. 884, correct? This time is many, many years before I came to be, and my presence here is somewhat of an anomaly. Did you hit your head before I found you floating adrift or something? You mean to say that you haven't been born yet? Oh, and that's all. The guy with the blonde hair is Aldo. He's the kid from the opening cinematic of Final Fantasy XI. Then how'd you get here? I come from an age far in the future when vana'diel stands on a precipice, and the Master is the only one who can guide me. So you mean to say that Mr. Pierso is this master of yours? From that outfit you're wearing, I'd wager you were born in the Far East. That is correct. I am the guardian of Selbina Sanctorium, and have a strong link with the heavens as its chief priestess. Oh, I know the particulars of the Eastern faith are a bit foreign to the rest of us, but Altana remains a central figure, even there. So that'd make you a religious authority then. And let me guess, the power of the spirits sent you back to our time. They set me adrift so that I may prevent the darkness which has engulfed my era. Huh. What's this then? You're going to have to be a bit more straightforward. Does this mean that the beastmen end up victorious in the end, or is it something far more nefarious? Master, do I have your leave to show them our reality? Time travel logic says they probably shouldn't know. It's probably better they not know. Ahem. Who do you think risked life and limb to save your pupil there from becoming shark chow? Oh. Okay. So I don't really get a choice. By your will. In the age from whence I hail, vana'diel is gripped in the vice of fear. In my homeland, we refer to it as emptiness, a blanket of darkness that infects all it touches. The Master and his comrades strove tirelessly for a brighter future, and their tale is known by all in time. Many months and years passed. I came to be in this world and trained diligently under the Master's gentle hand. Yet it was not long before the skies began to cloud, both figuratively and literally. It descended like a thick miasma, stifling the land under a blanket of silence. It looked into the Master's eyes and could see the truth. My homeland was not the only victim. Quan, Mindarsha, Adulan. The end times were upon us, and both man and goddess were powerless to stop it. But then, how did you survive? The Master and my father sacrificed themselves. My mother is from an island known as Selbina, the land where the final struggle took place. Vanquishing the emptiness was but a fantasy. It was all I could do to erect a barrier to halt its advance. A Pyrrhic victory indeed, as the walls of Selbina's sanctorum could do naught but echo back my own solitary cries. I was trapped for several years when a spirit descended from the heavens to alight on a nearby brazier. She told me that there was one speck of hope that could save us. The Master. I was to find the Master and join my light with his. The spirits opened a path for me, guiding me back here to this point in vana'diel's history. Master, I would like to give you this, lest I forget to do so at a later juncture. Is it like a seashell or something? From what you told me, there will be many trials posed to you before you finally set foot in the land you know today as the Far East. Keep this by your side and the path will remain open to you always. Follow its guidance and it will lead you unfailingly to my time. However, now just hang on a minute. If we just follow it without doing anything else, we'll just end up at your apocalyptic future where you're the only one left alive, right? That is correct. However, the Master surely has the capacity to experience both futures. One with the emptiness and one without. Please, find a way to... Ugh. I cannot stay long. What in blazes? Mr. Pierso, I can't make heads or tails of the whole thing. Think she's telling the truth? This warrants further study. I'll see if my agents can pick up on anything. I've never been too good at dealing with complex twists and turns. Give me some time to collect my thoughts.